So we are discussing about the industrial policy of our state. So we'll continue our discussion. So we'll see how the government is providing the different features for the startups and R&D sector. That is what we are going to see in today's lecture. So we have been seeing the growth of Tamil Nadu as an industrial R&D center. So several companies have set up their R&D centers in Tamil Nadu for accelerating their growth because they find that the climate for doing R&D is very good here because they have a lot of skilled resource they find here. So the many companies have started seeing R&D expenditure as an investment because the amount you have to invest for R&D is very huge, and only if it is successful you can incorporate the technology into your business, right? So many company actually see that R&D investment as a R&D expenditure as an investment. It is a worthwhile investment so that they are going to get advancement in their technology. So this R&D policy is updated every frequently by the government of Tamil Nadu so that the companies have more flexibility in implementing their R&D projects. So government will provide incentives to R&D projects in the state to develop the further intellectual property and adaptation of technology in industries. So we are focusing on R&D. R&D is very thriving nowadays because we want to shift our technology to advanced domains so that the production process becomes very simple. The companies will not depend on technology. The technology will be very generic and anybody can use the technology. The learning of technology will be very fast. So the government is also providing all sort of incentives to promote companies to invest in R&D projects across the state. For that, what is the condition for getting the incentive is the company must have a minimum investment of 50 crore in fixed asset and create employment for 50%. So if the company is doing that, then the government is going to provide incentives for such R&D institutions. So clearly demarcated facilities inside and outside the industrial unit. So you should not mix R&D and industrial unit. There should be a clear demarcation of what is the industrial unit and where is your R&D unit. And it must be located in Tamil Nadu and it must be registered under the Department of Scientific Research, Government of India. So only companies which are going to fall in these criteria are going to be eligible for incentives under the Tamil Nadu government subsidy incentive for R&D. Okay, so land cost incentive. So apart from the financial incentive provided by the government of Tamil Nadu, they are also offering land cost incentive, which means that R&D projects will be given 50% concession on the cost of purchase or lease of land up to 20 acres, subject to a ceiling of 50 lakh per acre. So maximum, if you're using a 20 acres land, you will get 50% incentive, and the maximum incentive what you can get is 50 lakh per acre. So this will be provided as a reimbursement upon commencement of R&D center. So initially, you have to pay the amount, and once you establish your company and your R&D center is fully functional, that amount will be reimbursed from the government. So R&D projects are given more priority in land allotment in the SIPCOT industrial parks. So rather than industries and companies coming, when a few R&D units are going to come inside the industrial park, they will be given priority compared to the other industries. So R&D government is giving 10,000 per month incentive for 12 months for training people in R&D, the new technology. So government is giving incentive of 10,000 per month for 12 months for 1 year. Okay. What is the criteria is the R&D personnel should have UG degree and work experience of 7 years, or a PG degree and a work experience of 5 years, or he must have a possess a doctorate in science or technology. So this is the condition for screening the people who are fit to receive this R&D training incentive of 10,000 per month for 1 year. Okay. So it includes employees in administration. It can be anybody who is into the R&D project. The only thing they should be knowing the basic concepts of what is happening in the entire program. The project availing the R&D incentive will not be eligible for the training subsidy. So if You cannot avail both R&D training incentive and the training subsidy. You can avail either.